welcome back. This is Minding Your Business with the Lancaster Chamber of Commerce. I'm Chris Spiker of Antelope Valley Florist.
I'm Aaron Goldstein from Goldstein Digital. Our third guest today is Dean Erskine, and you are from DE Rehab Properties.
Yes.
Hey, welcome, Dean.
Well, it's a pleasure to be here.
I would see you at the Quartz Hill Chamber of Commerce lunches month after month after month after month. And I thought, who's the new guy?
Well, I've always been around.
Yeah. So your rehab properties. Before that, what did you did something
I was in the aircraft industry
for a few years?
for quite a few years. Matter of fact, that was my career.
Ah.
I worked for Rockwell. Then Rockwell was sold to Boeing, and had the pleasure of working on the first B-1 bombers built on the A program, and the first 4 space shuttles built here in Palmdale.
But you just didn't want to sit on the couch.
Not after I retired, no.
Yeah. So you got, and you joined the chamber.
Well, actually, I've been a chamber member over the years because I've always had either a home business that I did on the side, plus working. And once I got the Chamber of Commerce in my blood, I just love, working with people, and especially business people, meeting our congressmen and how they work and how they help keep the valley going. And especially the aerospace industry.
Yeah, which was kind of like lifeblood.
Yes.
So DE Rehab Properties. You rehab properties.
Yes.
Houses specifically?
Yes, single-family houses.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm also thinking of later getting into renting houses as well. So some of these houses that I rehab, that I don't sell or I decide to hold, I will possibly put those out as rentals and rent those, and then maybe at a later date sell them.
Could be a very lucrative way of investing.
Yes, it is. I've done rentals before when I was working in aircraft, and I thought I wouldn't get back into it, but there's things you do and there's things you don't do.
Yes, sir. And
so,
you're older and wiser, so.
Yes.
And the nice thing about having a local person owning rental properties, it's a local person. It's not somebody far away. It's somebody right here, so they're connected.
Yes, I plan on using, when I do my rehabs, using local vendors, contractors, plumbers, realtors, everybody get a piece of the action, and that's the way to do business here in the Antelope Valley.
So you said you're going to find them, you're going to fix them, you're going to remodel them, and you're going to sell them.
Yes, I look at referrals. People refer houses to me, and I just drive around in neighborhoods, and believe it or not, there's a lot of vacant homes out there.
Yeah. Now, any realtor may not want to sell a house that's not really ready for sale, right?
Right.
So they're going to refer to you and say, help us with this one.
Sure, I would welcome that, and any realtor that refers me to a house, when that house is finished, remodeled or rehabbed, that will be their house to put back on the market and sell.
Dean, it sounds kind of like your market would be the realtors in the valley who have something they don't quite know what to do with.
Right. It would be the realtors, and it also would be homeowners that don't want to fix up a house. They just want to sell it and relocate or step up into a nicer home.
Oh, yeah, because sometimes they've been living in the same house for a long time, and it needs to be remodeled, but they don't want to do it. But it doesn't show very well, right?
Right. And, people, they don't want to spend the time to fix them because it takes a lot of, they have to get the right people to fix it.
Yeah.
And sometimes they don't have the money to do that.
That's where you come in.
Yes.
That's a pretty good idea.
Yes, it is.
So have you started this process already? You're finding houses?
Yes, I'm finding houses, but there's only one little dilemma I'm running into, and that's finding the owners. Because a lot of people, they vacate the house, and there's no way to really find them. You can, research it,
Right.
but sometimes they move out of town, and then the bank has it.
The bank has it. Now,
Yeah.
are the banks ready to move on these, or do they just want to sit there for a while?
A lot of times they just sit there for a while, and then later, then they'll put it back. I guess that's when the foreclosure list comes out. I would like to catch a home that's in pre-foreclosure. Then that gives me an opportunity to talk to the owner and see if I can help them out.
Wow, some of that ownership, the lines of ownership must be a little complicated.
Sometimes it is, and like I said, if you can work a deal with the owner, locate the owner. Yes, sometimes you can make a deal, sometimes you can't.
And some of these houses, somebody's holding a second or a third, or
Yes, sometimes that's the issue. Sometimes they're upside down in their house.
yeah. Well, that's why they're gone. So you're a realtor.
No, I'm not really a realtor. I'm a real estate investor.
Gotcha. Gotcha. So you put the parties together to get done what you need to have done.
Yes.
So you're that's a interesting niche that you found.
Well, I've watched it on television, and there's a few shows I like, Flip and Flop and Fixer Uppers, and those are really good shows. And I've always had an interest in what goes into building a house and fixing a house. And I had the same interest when I got into aircraft. I always want to know what made an airplane fly and how they work. And so now I have an opportunity to work on houses.
So people have unique situations, are upside down. Maybe there's a empty house next door to them that's been empty for a while. They could contact you and say, hey, help me out, or you do the footwork on it. There may be something in there for you.
Right. There definitely is. There's also something in there for the community that I come in and fix up this house that's going to add to their value of their home and in their community.
Yeah,
Keeps the house prices up.
a lot of times there's just one bad house in the neighborhood or on the block, and if we could just fix that one, then it would make the whole area look a whole lot better.
Oh, yes. There's a lot of other things that you want to consider, too, that, some of these vacant houses, you get squatters getting in there, and you also get raccoons, you get vandalism. And then once that happens, and it just adds more expense to fixing that house up. So if we can do this before that happens, that will be a less headache for all of us.
Houses are meant to be lived in. They
Yes.
last a lot better. Cold weather, hot weather, it all affects a house that's just sitting there. How do people get in touch with you?
Well, they can call me. My phone number is area code 661-965-3701. And that's my direct line.
Yeah, every time I call that number, I get you, wherever you are.
Yes.
So how long have you lived in the Antelope Valley?
Most of my life. I went through grade school, high school, junior college, and then working here in aerospace.
We were at a Hispanic chamber lunch, and they introduced, was it Mary Bly? Marge Bly? You said, I can't remember her name, but she was a teacher of yours.
Oh, that was, well, there was Larry Bly. Actually, he went to high school with me, but his dad was my English teacher
Yeah.
at Palmdale High.
Yeah.
And and Larry was telling me, Larry does, he's a contractor, and he says his dad taught him how to be a carpenter.
Wow. So when you look at the Antelope Valley as a whole, what do you see? Neighborhoods, or you got Lancaster and Palmdale, and you got the foothills, and you got Kern County. It's a big area.
Yes, it is, and I see a lot of progress. And, my take on what I've been hearing at the Chamber of Commerce, that just about all of Southern California, mainly Los Angeles County, Orange County, there's a big transformation. There's a lot of new growth and a lot of progress being made. And boy, it's just going to be a lot of new things happening. Buildings, a lot of events, the new Ram Stadium, the Olympics. I think Antelope Valley is going to get a little piece of that action.
Let's hope that we can enjoy our clear skies and stars at night, and nice people. Still has a small town community feel.
Mm-hmm. Antelope Valley is a great place to live. I love this valley. That's why I've never moved away. And this new business I've started, and gives me an opportunity to give back more to the community.
Well, we appreciate it, and thank you again for joining. I think you might be a member of all the chambers of commerce, but specifically Lancaster Chamber of Commerce. Dean Erskine, DE Rehab Properties. Your phone number one more time?
Area code 661-965-3701.
Thanks for being on the show.
Okay, thank you for inviting me.